When I discovered the personal computer, I got so enthusiastic. I had one of the early Macs, and no one could shut me up about it. I was just, you know, a walking TV commercial for it. And I loved teaching myself how to use it, and then I loved showing other people how to use it. And I had never thought about becoming a teacher or that I had good teaching or communication skills, really, because I was kind of working in a darkroom drawing, doing animation. So it was a revelation to me that that was something that I was good at, but I learned that people came to me over and over again wanting to learn things, and eventually I got a job as a, you know, teaching professional at a renowned art college. Jumping ahead to Lynda.com, where we started to record the lessons and memorialize different teachers and different lesson plans, I realized it was that exact same thing that I was trying to do when I taught in college, to let people look and hear versus read and get hung up on taking notes, that it was just a really different learning process and a very powerful one. You know, our first year in business, and you know, this was just my husband's weird idea to rent a high school computer lab. And then we found a space and we opened our own school. And our first year of business, we had $1.7 million in revenue, and we had hired 15 people. It was, you know, okay, what do you do? It's again, what do you do if you can't fail? And it was during a different, notice we haven't mentioned the word VC yet, you know, because this was all self-funded. And that was such a new concept. It wasn't, you know, I grew up in a different generation. There was no, you get funding to start your company. It was you start your company and you figure out a way to make money, and if you don't make money, you don't stay in business, period. I literally never said no, and I was working harder than, you know, most of my friends or anybody else that I knew, just round the clock to try to keep the doors open and the lights on. Eventually, we chose to take VC money as a desire to have an exit. You know, I decided when I turned 59, you know, by the time I'm 65, I'd like to have another chapter. And also, you know, we were in the very unusual position of our company being more valuable than the revenue it earned. And so there was a lot of value that was in the company and was never going to be realized unless we went public or we sold. In the beginning, before we had investors, there was a very clear chain of command, and we were still 100% in charge. And so we had a great relationship with our CEO and the rest of our C-level team and our VPs. But everybody knew that we were the founders, and you know, we were the main shareholders, and so it was very collaborative. But it was also ultimately the buck did stop with us, and I think, you know, that does change when you bring on VCs, and that was a really hard adjustment for me and my husband, to be honest. The power of video, the power of film is so enormous, and I got very interested in helping independent filmmakers, documentary filmmakers. I became president of the board of our local Santa Barbara International Film Festival, and my future is in film. That's what I'm really passionate about right now.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.